Now this video here is going to prove that vacuums do suck. And it's going to prove that if outer space was an infinite vacuum universe, we'd be dead because all the gas and oxygen would be sucked into the infinite vacuum universe. This guy is going to use fire to burn away the oxygen in a glass jar. Then he's going to set the glass jar on the guy's back, and the vacuum within the glass jar is going to suck the guy's skin in. Now, as you can clearly see, the guy's skin is being sucked into the jar. That is because when he puts the fire in the glass jar, it consumes, eliminates, and devours the air or oxygen inside the glass jar, creating a vacuum. Then he sticks the glass jar on the guy's back, and the vacuum sucks the guy's skin in. There is no outside pressure at work here. It is the vacuum created in the glass jar, sucking the skin on the guy's back, affixing itself to his back via the vacuum. Okay, it is the same thing as old women would affix things to glass windows with a suction cup. You place the suction cup against the glass pane, push it in to disperse the air, and you create a vacuum, and it affixes to the window. There is a vacuum inside the suction cup you create when you push the air out. Okay, now these glass jars are not malleable. Okay, there's no something trying to return to its original form or shape. This guy burns the oxygen from within the glass jar, creating a vacuum, and sticks it to the guy's back, and it sucks the skin in. That's why he's sticking the fire inside the jar, to create a vacuum by burning away the oxygen, and it sucks his skin in. That guy could stand up and they would all remain affixed to his back, just like I show you with the plastic medicine bottle. I push the air out of it, put it against my forearm, and it affixes to my arm because I created a vacuum within the plastic medicine bottle by pushing or squeezing it together and putting it against my arm. It sucks on the skin and affixes to my arm. Or when I suck the air out of a soda pop bottle, it is not outside pressure collapsing the walls of the soda bottle. It is me sucking the air out. This guy is debunking outer space and doesn't even realize it. He is eliminating the air out of these glass jars with fire. And the vacuum created inside the glass jar sucks the skin in. Okay, now, I'm sorry if that makes your head explode. You must try to draw on some suppressed character to process the truth. There is no way the Earth, regardless of shape, could be covered with gas and oxygen and clouds and operate like that within an infinite vacuum. The Earth could never be surrounded by an infinite vacuum and keep its oxygen and gas. The oxygen and gas would fill the available volume of an infinite vacuum universe instantaneously. We'd be all dead. We'd have nothing to breathe. This is remedial. This is remedial. Once you see this, you should begin to snap out of your indoctrination because you only believe that a big giant ball covered in gas, oxygen, and clouds can operate within and surrounded by an infinite vacuum universe, thousands or millions of light years across. The Earth would be like a grain of sand per any reasonable scale, inside and within, surrounded by an infinite vacuum universe. We wouldn't be here. The vacuum would suck all the gas and oxygen away, and the gas and oxygen itself would flow into the infinite vacuum, just like the skin is going inside that jar because the vacuum is sucking it right before your eyes. He creates a vacuum by burning away the oxygen. You can suck it out or burn it out. It creates a vacuum. You could push it out like with a suction cup, suck it out like with a soda bottle, or burn it out with glass. And a vacuum is created, and it will suck your skin into it and affix itself to your skin. All you can do is go plagiarize Wikipedia. You don't understand what you're saying. You just believe these people are telling you the truth because they care about you. They don't. Okay? All they care about is prestige, peer review, and basing this garbage on philosophical values that contradict an observable reality. That, unfortunately for them, is depicted in Genesis and the Bible. The Bible depicts the earth far more correctly than they do. There's no way that the earth, no matter what size or dimension it was, could be covered on its outside surface with gas, oxygen, water vapor, clouds, and it was all in and surrounded by an infinite expanding vacuum universe. Now I'll say this and then I'll say no more. All right? Now, that guy's back is going to represent the gas, oxygen, and clouds of the earth. The jar, when he burns away the oxygen, is going to create a vacuum, and I'm going to use that to represent the vacuum of outer space. Now, once the vacuum of outer space, or that jar, comes into contact with the gas and oxygen, or this guy's skin, let's see what happens. The gas, oxygen of the earth or the skin is sucked into the vacuum. Vacuums do suck, face reality, and desire to know the truth. This is the truth. Vacuums do suck, and the earth could never maintain a coating of gas, oxygen, and water vapor clouds if it itself in its entirety were within and surrounded by an infinite vacuum universe. I don't want to hear about gravity, because I just told you that per any reasonable scale, the earth would be smaller than a grain of sand within an infinite vacuum universe. Thousands, if not millions, of light years across, the way they describe it. These people are liars. No force or occurrence on the earth could overrule an infinite vacuum universe that all it wants to do is fill itself. And that vacuum, when it comes into contact with his skin, fills itself with the skin. End of story. Outer space is not an infinite vacuum universe. Period.